Hey y'all. So I made this wooden ring today for myself. I'm gonna show you the process that I went through. It's quick and dirty, nothing fancy. Please take this video with a grain of salt. I am by means no professional, but you might learn something. Maybe you pick up a trick or two, something you never thought of before. So we're gonna go through it together real quick. Shouldn't take long, and I'll let you know things along the way. So here's some of the things you're gonna need: some super thin CA glue, and I mean the super thin stuff. Some wood veneer pieces, we'll go over that in a little bit. Some scrap blocks, a clamp, some sandpaper. You see that green silicone mat? Just use parchment paper. You'll see why later. Again, I haven't made this in a few years. And we'll start putting everything together. Oh, also here's the wood veneer that I have. You can find them online. Just look for like wood veneer, exotic wood veneer sample packs. And they're not crazy expensive, but they'll last you forever and you can make a bunch of things with them. They're great for little projects like this. And here I've got, I think it was 11 of the little veneer squares that I cut out. They're inch and a quarter by inch and a quarter ish. You just want to pick out the colors that you want, stack them the way you want, see if that's what looks good to you. And when you go to stack them, make sure you alternate the grain patterns so you get the strongest possible connection between everything. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just laying them out in the pattern that I want, making sure the grain is all facing opposite directions. This is that super thin, watery super glue, see? And you want to get it in there because that's really what's going to, make everything solid. So you want to, you see, I sped it up here, but layering everything down. And I thought the super glue wasn't going to stick to the silicone, but I was 100,000% wrong. You'll see me scraping that off later. So again, just use parchment paper. You're going to be able to sand that off pretty dang easy. But you still want the little scrap blocks of wood to clamp around them so you can squeeze it together and let it dry for a while. And I can't emphasize this enough. Please wear a respirator of some kind when you're working with this super glue because the fumes are noxious. They will burn your eyes and your throat and your nostrils, and it's not fun. So here I am just sandwiching them and try to get it in the middle as much as possible. That was a little off to the side, so I think I had to loosen that up and move it a little bit. But we're going to clamp that. We're going to let that sit for an hour and go play some mini golf and then come back and finish this up. And now you can see I'm being an idiot and I'm drilling a hole in the middle. Not very safely at that. Please don't do what I did. I didn't get hurt, but I very easily could have. And again, I'm going to double down on wearing a respirator because I am wearing one. Because that smoke right there will burn your eyes and your lungs, and it's nasty stuff. But you want to find a Forstner bit that is the right size for your finger, maybe just a little bit smaller because you're going to have to do some sanding inside. You're going to have to remove some material to make it smooth and make it fit perfect. So if you can find a Forstner bit, my right ring finger happened. 22 millimeter bit works. And then I sand out for a perfect fit, and I came back. And you'll see right here, I came back with the pliers to hold it down because I didn't feel comfortable continuing to drill, holding it with my fingers because I could have easily lost a finger. But yeah, we're going to finish drilling this up, and then we'll hit the sander next. So you can see all the green silicone stuff that was stuck on there. That was a waste of a piece of silicone. So again, use parchment paper. It's cheap and it's easy to sand off. You're just going to keep going around on there until you get the thickness of the band that you want. Try to make it as circular as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. Unless you're a perfectionist, then take an hour and make it perfect. But I put that down so I can go get my respirator because the fumes that were coming off of that thing from the super glue were killing me. They were nasty. So don't forget your respirator, kids. But yeah, the rest of this is boring. It's just me sanding. So we're going to clip this part here and move on to the next part. And here I just found a socket that was just a tiny bit smaller than the inner diameter of the ring. Wrapped a thing of electrical tape around it once or twice and chucked it into the drill. So got a tiny little clamp on the trigger so it keeps going. We'll just keep sanding it down till it's smooth. Got a little sponge sander so we get the contours in there. And then we'll end up dropping, just to seal the outside, that super glue from earlier. Again, spin it so it doesn't pool or you get like little blobs. But yeah, you can just spin it, wipe it, sand it. Keep doing that until you get the result that you want. It doesn't come out super shiny in the end, but still looks good. I'll probably hit it with some clear lacquer later. And now we're going to take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on. Because I wasn't patient enough for it to dry, so it flew off, got some sawdust on it. Any case, this is just me sanding the inside and the outside until I get the size right. So I'm going to stop talking and throw some music up. If you made it this far, thanks for watching.